All this Polo Cup action is proudly brought to you by Falken Tyres and their associate sponsors. It's round 3 of the Polo Cup and we're down in the mother city at Killarney International Raceway. This championship is definitely turning into something completely different to what we expected at the beginning of the season. We've only had 3 winners. Jeff Kruger has been the man to catch, and with an incredible first round and second round, taking 2 out of 3 at Zwartkops, he's got 73 points, 17 points clear of the big charge coming from Rad Liebenberg. Liebenberg had a much better round at Zwartkops and got through to take the 3rd win. So he's definitely a man to watch out for, particularly down here. But Brad's got a very busy day ahead of him, not only in Polo Cup, but also in one of the other categories. He's going to definitely have his work cut out for him today. The big move came, of course, from the ex-champion, Chris Shorter, who stepped up with consistent driving and is definitely looking like he's got a chance of showing these boys exactly what he's made of, particularly at a round where he's been very, very competitive in the past. Shorter has been good in Cape Town, and we look forward to seeing what he can do. Qualifying is up next. Let's go and find out exactly what's going to happen to see who's going to get those vital extra points that are available to all the drivers. Making their way out onto the circuit now, and it's a bit of team tactics coming out of there. Speaking of teams, good to see Total joining the Oates team and Haupt Racing as they get on both the Twins' car. Matt Shorter pushing hard, they're trying to get through, as is Jason Campos. And it's very, very crucial to get these laps in. Try and work with your teammates so you can use the slipstream down the back straight. A lot of guys did, and a lot of guys didn't. One of them was Yuri Swart. And Swart, when the checkered flag came out, was top of the list. It was good to see his teammate in the top 6 as well. Local track knowledge definitely coming into play. How did it go, bud?
The car definitely felt a lot better compared to yesterday with new fronts on. It's quite difficult to get a lap in with everyone slowing down, but eventually got it hooked up, and I'm quite happy with the lap. I don't think I could have gone quicker than that.
So, dude, this is exactly what you wanted, the home track, top 6, everything going according to plan so far.
Yeah, I know, it's been brilliant. A bit of a hiccup in the last session yesterday, but yeah, I got the lap together now and did 2 good laps, so I should be in the draw as well. Home track, yeah, we've done a lot of time. Also, shout out to Dario. It's really awesome performance from him. We've worked together really well, and yeah, super chuffed. Just want to put this lap together now and finish it off.
Time to turn super chuffed into super pole as the top 6 make their way out onto the circuit 3 by 3. Matt Shorter joining Jason Campos and Jeff Kruger as the first 3 cars on track, and they're all pushing hard. Dario Busi was looking to try and get up there as well. Little mistake from him though, the pressure's on the Cape Town boys. And as the flag came out, Yuri Swart looked like he might be at the top, just losing out though. It's Matt Shorter who's at the top, but unfortunately, due to a little technical infringement, 2 kilos underweight, he'll drop to the back of the field, which puts Brad Liebenberg onto Superpole. So this 2,500 rand you might have to share with your friend, because he had a little bit of bad luck, but the bad luck went your way and Superpole.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit unfortunate. I don't want to get poled that way, but unfortunately it is racing and it is a bit cruel. But like I said to him, he knows he's fast and he can go through the field, and I just wish him the luck coming from the back. But for me, I think just got to get a good start, and you know, you can't really predict the races before it starts, but you know, the wind is a bit of a factor today, so we'll see how the racing goes.
For race 2, the second fastest lap of qualifying leads you into the lucky draw. Yuri Swart didn't have his luck go his way, but definitely went to Brad Liebenberg as he gets pole. Dario Busi will line up alongside him in second. Oh, and joining Yuri Swart at the back of the top 6 will be Jason Campos. Where will Oates end up? Justin Oates steps up, he goes into 3rd. He's happy with that, which means Chris Shorter will be 4th. Justin, you squeezed in there just by the skin of your teeth, but that's good for the sponsorship.
Yeah, we're lucky to have a Total Excellium on board now. It's a good name. They're involved in motorsport across the world, so it's excited to have them on board. Qualifying went relatively well. I underestimated the grip, to be honest. Luckily, I'm in the top 6 for the second race, so let's see what I can do from there. For the first race, I'm starting from 7th, so I've still got enough pace to get to the front, I hope, but let's see what I can do.
It's been a good day so far, and to be in that top 6 draw is definitely something you've been hunting for. You're looking forward to the challenge of taking on the top end of the field.
Definitely, I think race 1 we got a 5th. Unfortunately, Matt was underweight, but I'll take it. It's on the inside, and definitely the inside works at this track. Luckily, we drew a 2nd for Heat 2, so I'm quite excited about that. It's going to be tough. I think the plan is just to race forward and try not get involved in too many scraps and just race forward. And
absolutely atrocious luck here for the Munro car and Matt Shorter after qualifying. And the technical infringement will see him start at the back of the field now in both races. But that doesn't mean he hasn't got pace. To get to the front, you need that pace. Let's see if he can convert it into race pace and take a win in race 1 right after the break. Welcome back to Killarney. It's been absolutely amazing in qualifying, as you've just seen. Now stand by for race 1 action. Who's going to have what it takes to beat Brad Liebenberg? The Cape Town boys are definitely going to be men to watch out for today, and seeing the pace they had early this morning in qualifying, Yuri Swart and Dario Busi will be fired up. They know they've got good pace, they've got to try and make it stick now in the race, and that's not always an easy thing to do, particularly when you've got 21 of SA's finest drivers split by just over 1 second. There's the grid. Brad Liebenberg, Jeff Kruger ahead of Yuri Swart and Jason Campos. Dario Busi and Justin Oates will be followed by Shorter and Machotsi with some work to do from 8th place. Alton Bow and Darren Oates. Then we've got Campos and Besaiden Oates. Bryce Asmal, Delon Thompson, Sion Creel and Jonna van der Veste is another Cape Town man. Nathan Hammond ahead of Simon Need. Then it's Damien Hammond. And at the back of the field, watch out for Matt Shorter. He'll be very quick and definitely a man to watch coming through the field. You're going to try and tick them off one by one and see how high he can get. The race faces on. Let's get ready now for race number 1. On board with Matt Shorter from the back of the field with a huge mountain to climb, and no pun intended here in Cape Town. It's a good start from Shorter. He's already picked off 2 cars heading down towards turn number 1. This is KFM corner, and Brad Liebenberg has got the whole shot ahead of Jeff Kruger there. And you can see the 2 of them going side by side between Oates and Campos. And this is what it's going to be for the first couple of laps. Oh, inline action there from the second of the 2 Universal cars there. You can see Jonna van der Vesthuizen and Delon Thompson, 2 teammates going at it, coming out of KFM. Up now into G Energy, and they're hard on the brakes, climbing into turn 2. Around the outside comes Machotsi. He's got a bit of issues there as well. He's got his teammate up alongside him too. That's Ismail. So Machotsi goes on the inside of Bryce Ismail. They're side by side through the kink, heading down towards turn 3. Hard on the brakes just ahead of them there. It is Clinton Besaiden applying pressure on Thompson, and Jonna van der Vesthuizen tucked in just behind them. Delon Thompson and Jonna van der Vesthuizen fighting for team honours there, but also doing a super job for that mid-pack battle. Top 6 have opened up a small margin. That's just ahead of Justin Oates, who holds up the rest of this field, coming through Malmesbury and onto the back straight. Now for the first time we get to see whether or not these guys are going to use their push-to passes. Remember, they've only got a couple available to them, and they've got to hope to try and use them to the best of their advantages. Look at Matt Shorter right up on Asmal. He's got Darren Oates alongside him. No, that's Jonna van der Vesthuizen, I beg your pardon. Jonna van der Vesthuizen side by side there as they go down on the braking markers, and Shorter, I think, might have just squeezed through. Well, watch and see. Oh, there's an issue in the background. Ismail has come together there. He's gone side by side and hit Delon Thompson by the looks of things. Yes, Delon Thompson with a stricken CompCare machine, and that Team Red racing car is out of it. The first Team Red racing car under pressure now from Campos. Campos goes late on the brakes. He's too late. Oh, that's much too late. He's clipped the back end of the Hello Mobile car, and Brad Liebenberg gets sent into the kiddie litter by Jason Campos. Campos came too quickly into that turn and unfortunately caught himself out on the brakes, which has given a gift here to Jeff Kruger. Well, it's a gift for now. He's still got big pressure coming from the 2 Cape Town boys there. It's Yuri Swart and Dario Busi. Chris Shorter gets forced wide now by Campos. Oh, Campos is in the thick of it now, isn't he? Shorter won't be too happy about that, but of course he's going to have to fight straight back here in the AE and Signature Motorsport machine. He's got Oates alongside him as they pitch it into turn 3. Justin Oates looking for a big maneuver here in his newly sponsored Total Exilium car. And remember, that is the official fuel supplier here for the entire Polo Cup category. Great to have them on board with the team as well, and he's just got ahead there of the Signature Motorsport car behind them. Alton Bow, his teammate. Here's a replay. Oh, you can see Jason just ran too late on the brakes, clipped the back end of the Hello Mobile car, and sent Brad into the kiddie litter. Here's on board from Jason's point of view. Watch for it. Late on the brakes. There's the tag. Nowhere to go. Gives him another tap going through for the second time and forces him off the circuit. And that's Brad Liebenberg on the sideline. He'll be coming right from the back. Have a look at Delon Thompson's point of view. Sadly, just clipped from the back there by Asmal and put into the kiddie litter and out of race number 1. The Universal Healthcare and CompCare machine unceremoniously sent onto the inside there by Rice Asmal. Asmal puts his hands up. I'm not quite sure why. He was definitely in the wrong there and got it completely out of shape in turn 5. Down in pit lane, Leroy Poulter caught up with us.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. I think for the first time we're pretty happy. We're up into 13th now, but still a long race, 5 laps to go, and we have to wait and see.
Great to see him helping out the 2 Hammond boys. He also helps out Cameron O'Connor, who unfortunately didn't make it down for this round. He'll be back, hopefully, for PE. One of the circuits has been very good to him in the past there, and now we'll wait and see if that's the case. But now we're back into the thick of it, and look at the thick of it. Oh, Oates coming together now with Campos, and Campos gets sideways. He's into the kiddie and into the wall. Jason Campos's day just went from bad to worse. He's not having a good one in the saddle there, unfortunately, and it looks like Campos might be out in that turn 1 and Campos racing machine as they go down there. There he climbs out the car. The driver is okay, but the car certainly isn't, and that might be the end of the day's racing there for Jason Campos. It's not done yet for his brother. He's now coming into the front end of this field, looking for a chance to take on Clinton Besaidnout and Mahotsi. Chris Shorter's just ahead of them as they come out of turn 5 now up to the main straight. You can see just how hard they're having to push. Campos applying that pressure. We go on board with him now. Shorter's just ahead of him and looking for a chance now to block his way to the front. He's trying to go around the outside and look for a way through on Oates. Is that a big maneuver? Yes, it is. Wow, that takes some huge cojones to make into KFM, and I didn't think he was going to make it stick. Shorter just runs ever so slightly wide. He keeps it buried, though, and keeps it sideways. Will he get back on track? Yes, he will, but he drops behind his brother, Matt Shorter, who's almost back into the top 6. What a drive there from the Munro signature car. This is turning into a race that everybody expected down here in the Mother City. And it's non-stop action here right the way through this pack of cars. Oates now under pressure from Campos. Elton Bow behind him, and it's 3 Signature Motorsport cars in this little fight at the front end here. Matt Shorter's almost there. He's going to make it 4, I think. And remember, Chris Shorter will have to try and resume that position he was in earlier on after that little mistake into turn 1. Jason Campos is out, but Keegan Campos is still there. And I can tell you something, he is going to fly the flag high now for Pepper Racing. Rice Icemelt trying to recover, but another mistake here from him. He's out of shape in Malmesbury, and he ends up sideways into the wall. That is a huge moment. 2 in 1 race. Not the day and not the way he wanted to be racing in Cape Town. Icemelt out of this one. Kruger now with some pressure from Yuri Swart. Look at how they're lining up in the background, though. And Yuri Swart, he's around the outside of Jeff Kruger. He might have got him for the lead. Used the push to pass, and he's done it. He's got through there perfectly. Will Jeff Kruger come back at him? Well, he tucks in behind him. Hopefully he's got still a couple of push to passes to play with. I'm not quite sure if he has. But Yuri Swart has hit the front, and the Cape Town crowd have just gone ballistic. Look at that massive improvement coming out of Hammond there on the back end of Jana van der Westhuizen. So Cape Town man has got some pressure there coming from the youngster from Trinity and Extreme Racing. And on board here with Matt Shorter, and he's going to get gifted 2 more positions as Mahotsi opens up the door for him. Mahotsi sends Elton Bow sideways, and Matt Shorter says, thank you very much. That's now top 6 for me. What a drive here from Shorter. Unbelievable stuff from him. Right from the back of the field, he's ticked off 14 cars to get back up into that top 6. Now they come flying through turn 3 up towards 4. Double right-hander. Let's have a quick look here once again. This is Jason Campos' point of view. Wait for the tag from the back end. There's the tap. He gets out of shape, tries to catch it, but there's just not enough runoff, and he slams straight into that tyre barrier. Oh, that was massive. Checkered flag is about to come out, and Yuri Swart is going to take it. The Alpine Autohaus car here from Cape Town, going to win in front of his home crowd. He is absolutely stoked, and that's definitely a well-worth and well-earned victory there for Yuri Swart. Kruger comes through for second place and hangs on to that championship lead. That's vital for him. His arch rivals nowhere near there, with Brad Liebenberg having some issues and having to pull out of the race. Kruger in second, Dario Brusi finishes in third, beating out Clinton Besaidnout, who beat out Keegan Campos. Shorter incredibly up to 6th place, ahead of Mahotsi and Darren Oates in the first of the Total cars. Dude, if there's going to be a driver of the day so far, it has to be you. 21st place on the grid, need to say up to 7. That's 14 cars you made up.
What can I say? I mean, the team has given me an absolute rocket ship. Munro and all the guys at Signature Motorsport have done an excellent job the whole weekend. We're running top 6 the whole weekend in Friday practice. We're unfortunate that we got excluded from qualifying. But yeah, I mean, we pulled back some very, very important points. The last 2 rounds haven't been the best for us points-wise, so it's very important for us to bag as many points as possible. So now let's hope for the same thing in race 2.
So the emotions are flowing high right now, buddy. It's definitely been a long time of asking, and eventually you've got that win.
Yeah, man, it's been forever, and I haven't won a national race since 2017 in karting. It's been forever. You know, we did 2016, we got close, and then we took a break, and now we're back, and we're back in full force. So, like, I can't thank my team enough. My dad, I wouldn't be here without him. You know, Zach, Gozzi, Gap Motorsport. Shout out to Dario as well. Like, really awesome. Hopefully, we keep it up for the second race. The day's only halfway done, but I'm just gonna let this settle in a bit. It really doesn't feel real. I don't know what to say. It's just thank you to everybody, and thanks to everyone for the series. It just feels good to be up there with the best in the world almost, you know.
So that's how it goes in race number 1. A little bit of action at the front end with Brad Liebenberg being just unceremoniously taken out by Mr. Campos. But I think there'll be a little bit of retribution on that one in race number 2. We'll wait for that. A little bit of incidents at the back end as well as DeLon Thompson came together with Rice Icemelt. We saw Shorter with a bit of damage on the front end. So it's been a battle of attrition. And now we look forward to race number 2 right after the break. Welcome back to Killarney International Raceway in Cape Town for round 3 of the Falken Polo Cup. Oh, we caught you, young lady. But so did the fans catch up with all of the interactions happening around the track as well. Always at the Extreme Festival, they go all out to ensure that the fans get up close and personal, particularly when the teams are working as frantically as they are to get cars back on track. I'm not sure if Campos is going to get back there, but there's definitely going to be some issues here with Shorter's car. After having his own little off, he'll be back on track. You can see he's feeling pretty confident with the pace he had. His brother did a great job. Rice Asmal with lots of work and damage done. Delon Thompson being helped out by Team Red Racing to get him back on track. Final tyre pressure checks and time to check out all the fans here in Cape Town. This is a real nice initiative they put together, giving the fans an opportunity to get up close and personal with their favourite drivers. We get ready to go now for race number 2. Now remember, it is a lucky draw that has determined the top 6, and Brad drew pole. So he'll be looking to get to the front end. He's on the quicker line. Everybody here in Cape Town reckons that the inside line is where you need to be for turn 1. It is a left-hander. Oh, some issues though for Yuri Swart. He's not going to be starting from the grid. He had to pull into pit lane with a flat tyre. They've got to change quickly, and he's good to go from the pit lane. Chris Shorter gets good start. He tries to go alongside and around Dario Busi. Justin Oates got a phenomenal start. He's going to try and get around the outside of the pole man, Brad Liebenberg, and he's gone to the front. This is a great move. Is he going to be able to hang on to it? Looks like he is. They're going to be side by side for the first 6 cars. 7th car coming in there now. And you can see just how difficult it is to get through KFM corner. Elton Bogut run a little bit wide and onto the dirty stuff. He comes straight back on and tucks in behind Clinton Mercedes as they come back on track. But it's very close between those guys. Brad Liebenberg fended off Oates into turn 1 and hangs onto the whole shot. As the rest of the field come into turn 2, G Energy corner. Delon Thompson side by side with Elton Bow, getting forced a little bit high and wide. But issues in the background there for a couple of cars too. Not quite the line you want to be on there. Simon Need now looking to come side by side there. And it's very close between him and Johanna van der Vestes, and I think Hammond is in there as well. Fantastic stuff here between these guys as they get going for the very first time. Now along the KFM straight, up into Malmesbury. And it's a steam train of Polos coming through there. GTI is in full effect. Look at the damage on the front end of that car. Rice Asmal team working double time to get him back on track. Johanna van der Vestes, and now Cape Town boy based here in Cape Town, certainly knows the lines to be on. And he's looking in the rearview mirror to try and fend off anybody's attack and late out braking. Watching for those push to passes to come into play as well. Now as they get on the brakes, down into Cape Town corner. This is Fostron turn. As they come out of Fostron, you can see Delon Thompson still side by side there. How tight is that between those two guys? Theon Creel in there as well, looking for an opportunity. He's of course an ex-Cape Town driver, now bases himself up in Gauteng, but he also knows his way around the circuit and has taken some victories here. Change up for the lead. Wow. I think there's a problem there on the Hello Mobile car because he's now under threat there from Shorter as well. Yes, Brad Liebenberg's got a problem. Liebenberg has got a problem on the Hello Mobile car. He's lost 2 positions on that straightaway. The Porsche Straight and the Volkswagen Polos showing they've got the same kind of pace. Oh, Makotsi is sideways out of turn number 1. He gets onto the dirt but manages not to lose any positions there to Oates. And it looks like Oates now fending off Elton Bow. And here comes Delon Thompson, Campos, his teammate Rice Asmal, and Theon Creel. It's 9 cars fighting there for potentially the last part of the top 6. Side-by-side action now as they get onto the brakes. It's defensive driving coming out of Campos. He held onto that inside line. He was not going to open the door and allow Creel to come through. But Creel is right there and looking dangerous. As they come through Malmesbury, look at Delon Thompson applying the pressure onto the back end of Elton Bow. 2 youngsters going at it, both of them still in high school. And man, they're having a great time of it here. Universal Healthcare car taking on that champion Ferrodo signature motorsport machine of Elton Bow. The youngest driver on track, in fact, and he's up there potentially for a top 6 finish. That'll be one of the best finishes we've ever seen out of him. Hopefully he can keep it all together now. Thompson is applying the pressure. So is Ismail. Oh, Thompson will be worried about that. He's seeing that black and grey front end of the Volkswagen car coming in towards him again. And it looks like he might have run off. Somebody's run off there. It is. It's Ismail again. He's got it all out of shape. And he brings it back on and tucks in right at the back behind Simon Need. Whoa. Rice Ismail will be kicking himself. That's a big mistake and a crucial one to make at that point in the race. He's lost drive. Oh, there's a problem. Massive one down the front straight there. Simon Need and Hammond have come together there. That is a huge one. Clipping that front wall. Simon Need, I think, just came straight across the front end, and Hammond had nowhere to go. The two of them have pulled onto the sideline at the end of the Porsche Straight, but it means red flag, and we may have to restart this one. That was a huge one. Wow. That's at close to probably 160, 170 k's an hour down the front straight. And we're under safety car, which is the procedure for the restart. They all go single filed across the line. Once they've crossed the line, it's attack mode once again. And Elton Bow's already on attack. He's looking to get through on his teammate there. Clinton Mercedes, but we're looking in his rearview mirrors. Elton Bow, you can just see him in the left-hand mirror there. And he is looking to close down here rapidly. Now, this doesn't really give any advantage to any driver, and that's why they've gone with this kind of format to restart the races. And here we go, back into the final fray now for race 2. Oates leads out. He's got the hard charge coming there from Brad Liebenberg. Shorter's dropped back into the clutches of Dario Busi. And there you can see that little pack of youngsters fighting hard. Keegan Campos now joining them as well. Oh, bit of dust coming off the inside wheel there. I think that was Oates who just put his wheel onto the inside. And Darren Oates now trying to make up a little bit of ground. Wants to try and be fighting where his brother is. Hasn't quite got the pace of his brother's car here this weekend. Here's Dion Creel fighting with Matt Shorter. Shorter too battled a little bit more this time to try and find his way through, but things didn't really fall into place. We had a lot of incidents that helped him get into the top 6 in race number 1. They haven't quite gone according to plan here in race 2. That's definitely according to plan though for the Glyco car of Poseidon. Getting through on Busi. He's now up in a 5th place for the Signature Motorsport team as they come up into Malmesbury. Look at the 7 cars, and they are line astern coming out of Malmesbury. You can literally throw the proverbial blanket over all those cars. Shorter now trying to close down on Jeff Kruger, who's just ahead of him. Chris Shorter will be pushing hard, but I don't know if he's got any more push to passes to play with. It's one of the calculated risks they take using those P2Ps early on in the race. How is this? 6 by 6 into turn 5. 3 cars side by side and another 3 behind them. Delon Thompson is one of those cars, and his team principal, Doc Johan Pretorius, is definitely thinking to himself, this is not where I want to be after the big crash he had only a couple of weeks ago.
Well, it's been a very exciting day. Jeff was very competitive in the first race. Lots of action in the second race with a crash in between. And it looks like the push to pass, number of push to pass attempts also played a role. Jeff looks like he'll finish in 4th place, but certainly an action-packed race.
As always in Falken Polo Cup. Right, now we're back into Alton Bow's office. Can he do anything about Matt Shorter, his teammate, just ahead? 2 of them are going well here. They really are working together as the team should be. Trying to close down on these top 2, but Brad Liebenberg looks like he's got everything sorted out now. Can he maintain and stay ahead of Oates? Justin Oates definitely wants the victory, and he's going to push him to the line. Total Exilium and Hub Racing team followed there by Signature Motorsports' Chris Shorter. We're on board here with Clinton Mercedes just behind that battle between him and Jeff Kruger, who's in 4th. And we're on the checkered flag lap. So Clinton Mercedes has got to just keep it in the middle of the line, hopefully get his braking to perfection and not allow anybody to shoot up his inside. The first 4, I don't think there's going to be any change. The Hello Mobile car is going to take the victory. Total Exilium is going to come through for 2nd. AE Signature in 3rd. And 4th place going to the Universal Healthcare Team Red Racing. Coming across that line now, that's how they're going to finish up. Great racing, as always, here in Cape Town. And it's definitely one of the circuits that drivers love to come and play at, because this is the type of action that we expect every time we come to the Mother City. Confirmation of the results, Brad Liebenberg takes the 2nd win and comes through there for the victory, well deserved. Beating out Justin Oates in the Total car ahead of Shorter. Kruger in the Universal Health car ahead of the Glyco machine of Poseidon. Machotzi comes through for 6th place, just beats out Dario Busi, and Darren Oates completes the top 8 in the 2nd of the Total cars. Brad, you've had a tough day in the saddle. First one didn't go according to plan. Had to get into the Park for May early on, but you still set the fastest lap. But a great finish to the day now.
I mean, race 1 wasn't the best. Race 2, I think just used the push to pass off the line and just pipped me. And then, I just sat with him. And then, unlucky for me, as the red flag came out, I was on a push to pass, so that was a bit of a waste. But on the restarts, I just stuck with him again, and I actually miscalculated. I thought he had 1 left. I had 2 left on the restart. I used 1, got past him, and then just maintained the gap, waiting for him to use his push to pass that I thought he had, but it never came. And on the last lap, I pushed it out of the last turn, and I managed to pip the fastest lap right at the end.
Let's have a quick squiz at how things stand in the championship. 94 points gives 20 points lead to Jeff Kruger over Brad Liebenberg. Chris Shorter moves up nicely, but is now tied with Clinton Mercedes for 56. 44 and 44 for the 2 Campos boys, and then it's Yuri Swart just behind them. Well, that's it from all the action in Falken Polo Cup here in the Mother City. Killarney International Raceway always deliver great racing. You could see from race number 2, an incredible dice at the front end. Unfortunate incident where it had a restart, but on that restart, those last 5 laps were mind-blowing. As always, we're expecting big action. We stay at the coast. On the 15th of June, we head down to Aldo Scribanti. It's Jeff Kruger who extends his lead in this championship. Brad Liebenberg has now been caught by Chris Shorter, and Shorter could potentially be at the front end if he finds some good pace in that Signature Motorsport car of his to take on the Comcare car of Kruger. All this action from Cape Town and the Polo Cup is proudly brought to you by Falken Tyres and Volkswagen Motorsport.